I won't lie to you, it was probably a bad choice, but yeah.
Just another family member that has put their back.
Your alarm has been going off.
There's a mouse that walks past the back one, and I keep telling them, because they call me first. They want me to go check on it before they'll call y'all.
You know we have an ordinance that fines the...
Start finding them. Okay. Send them a bill. Because they literally, they call and wake me up, and they want me to go check and see if there's anybody in the building. And then if there is, I'll call you.
I answered one of the guys that said that.
Yeah, so please, by all means, start finding them.
Do they have cameras? Do they have cameras in there? See, our shop in Murfreesboro, it would go off all the time. They call me, and I
Just
would
get on the phone with the
look on my phone.
Unfortunately, that's the problem I have too. That bubble is just a bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they were charging us with 100 every time we went off, $150. Right?
All right, y'all ready to go? It's called to order.
2 months ago.
You'll call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry?
Here.
Alderman Morton?
Yes, yeah.
Alderman Williams?
Here.
Alderman Joyce?
Here.
Alderman Hill? Here. Alderman Lawrence? Is that you?
Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There's all three of them. Approval of agenda. So good.
Second.
First and second. You want to say anything about it? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill? Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Morton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Approval of minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a first and second. If I want to ask any questions on it. Call the roll.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Alderman Morton?
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Lawrence? Alderman Hill?
Yeah.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Citizen input. Anybody want to bring anything up beside me? None. Public hearing, number 7.
That's over the second final reading of the ordinance.
What ordinance?
To lift the moratorium for Jeff Knox's property.
Well, may I ask, the last time I voted no, and if I looked that up this morning, here she goes again.
I looked you know.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
As I understood from talking to you, that you had some questions or some things that wanted to be cleared up. Are you satisfied that those questions have been?
Well, I still have some questions, but you know, if they're not addressed here, they would be addressed in the planning commission later. My questions are, you know, one concerning the sewer. You know, at what point will we have the actual plan, Jeff? You know, not just an idea, but a plan with easements, with, you know, permission from the rail to get under it, and that sort of thing. What are we looking at on that?
Well, you got to give me approval. We have to get approval from the board that if I produce that stuff, that I'm able to tap into the sewer. And so we're not working backwards when you work forward. So once I get approval from the board, or if you're saying I'm approved as long as I bring that stuff on, I'll move forward and bring all the stuff that you're asking for. I don't have a problem with that.
And the second question I had was, and it's something that we probably need to address, is an agreement of some sort between ourselves and Marshall County Board of Public Utilities for billing, for cut on and cut off, for that sort of thing. And I know that those kinds of things can be done. That just, you know, want to make it clear that that's not in place at this point.
It is not.
So that, you know, that's my two major things that I, you know, need to be addressed definitely before we move too far forward. But like I say, if they're not addressed, you you know, with this board, they would be addressed with the planning commission before the subdivision was approved.
I think that one of the things that need to be addressed is that are we okay to move forward to tapping the sewer since we have the capacity to do it and it's not a problem as long as I produce the railroad, so everything that I need to produce that you're asking for, I don't have a problem with producing that. Obviously I can't move forward without it anyways, but so you're saying it's okay for me to move forward and we're going to go ahead and let us tap the sewer?
I would say yes on when the, you know, when the new line is in service.
Correct.
That it would be approved to tap the sewer at that, at some point along that new line.
Right.
Once it's in service.
Now, obviously then, since that, you're saying that's approved to do that, as long as I produce everything, I'll work on producing everything that y'all would like to see as far as an actual layout and an actual, everything from CSX and everything else that we're gonna need.
When's the line still be in service, Mark? Is that
That project is behind schedule. They're approximately at Spring Creek Street, but they've run into, of course, a whole lot of rock, and they're getting about 40 feet a day right now. So, you know, they went through 2 or 3 different pieces of equipment. They've had some turnover, but it's behind schedule because of the rock. But I anticipate that it's probably going to be complete sometime between November 1st and the end of the year is my guess.
It'll be done way before we ever need it.
Let's make sure we're going to cause you a hiccup on that.
They ain't seen nothing yet till they get to Old Canyon Springs Road through James King's old land there. They ain't seen nothing yet because it had rock all through there.
They do
They
have.
ain't seen nothing yet.
They've got about 12 to 18 inches of topsoil before they're hitting it right now.
Yeah. But they ain't seen
They ain't gonna have
nothing.
nothing.
They won't have that because you see the rock when you walk through there. Real rough. So they can look back, they're gonna be behind schedule for a long time. I think, because they, you know, they still gotta go up to the sewer plant.
Yeah, it's slow. Once they get to the road, it won't be as bad, but, you know, what they're, like you said, what they gotta go through and what they're going through now, it's taxing.
Do we need to make a motion on this?
This is still a public hearing, so we need to, I guess, open, and then if anybody wants to speak during the public hearing, let that happen, and then close that, and then we can have discussion under old business.
But Dottie, I guess to answer your question, you know, what Jeff has said pretty much answers my question, and anything that would not be addressed at this meeting
We've got the plan.
it would be addressed before it was subdivided in the planning commission.
I'll make a motion.
But that was just the hearing. The motion comes, am I correct, on number 10?
I just got a question. Do we need to make a motion that it's approved for to tap the sewer as long as I produce with, yes, or is it just, is there anything we need to do with that?
Not right, no,
Okay.
not right.
Any more questions on the public hearing? Get a motion on it to close it right now on the public hearing.
You can just close it. Nobody else wants to speak?
All right, close on the public hearing. Communications from the mayor, I've got something, but I won't hold it to last because I want to talk about some stuff been brought up while we sit here just shooting the crap a little bit. Reports, financial reports.
Yeah, I finished closing out June 30th, 2019 year, and you have the results of that in front of you. For the general fund, we had a net decrease in $106,257, and for the water and sewer, we had a net loss of $140,140. don't run out of money. And I will be presenting a fund balance policy, hopefully in next month's meeting. And one that I particularly like is for the county. They use a rainy day fund of 25% of current year expenditures. So I might go that way, but I'm going to look at a couple other cities to see what they do.
The year and date ended in June.
Yeah, June 30th.
That's before we done our increase,
That was after.
after the increase.
That includes about 2 months of.
Maybe 2 months of increase.
Yeah.
We behind.
We're behind for that.
Yeah.
You won't know the effect for a few.
I think we had
months.
originally budgeted at what, 250,000.
I think we had first projected a $270,000 shortfall in the
So it
water
helped a
and
little
sewer
bit.
fund.
And our water situation helped tremendously with not having to purchase as much from the county.
We bought in water with them.
About $18,000 for last fiscal year. So far this year, we have not purchased any.
It's been,
The way the dry weather's hitting right now, we fixed that by some, I think.
We might be all right.
I hope so. I hope so. It'll help us out in the long run.
in the absence of and I apologize, an administrative report, I do have a couple of things I'd like to bring up. We have a IDB meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Retail Strategies will be here at 7 o'clock to present a proposal to us where they're proposing. Typically, these companies have a pretty robust version of what they would do as far as retail type recruitment, and it gets pretty pricey. And they're going to propose a scaled back version to the IDB, and we're going to look to see if the IDB wants to participate in helping to fund something like that. But the scaled back version, I think, is $15,000 versus what they would normally charge for those services is about $50,000. So we've asked them to do something specifically for us that might fit a smaller city a little bit better. But if anybody is interested in attending that meeting tomorrow at 7 o'clock, wanted to let everybody know that. And there's been some concern with people blocking the intersection here in the morning. Want to talk to Chief Kine and talk to TDOT about potentially just putting up a sign on our traffic light that says "Do not block intersection" and start there and see if that works.
Which intersection?
Depot Street. Yeah.
It's a school traffic.
Yeah.
Of course, they're doing, they pulling right up there as quick as they can. You can't get off either way, everything just blocked till the light changes again. And
Morning or
cars-
afternoon?
Morning is when it's worse.
I noticed this morning.
Yeah.
We have a stopped line that's painted.
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't, evidently don't pay no attention to
Of
it.
course, then that just backs up Depot Street because most people are going to turn and then it's just.
But I'll be talking to Chief Kine, seeing how we want to move on addressing that. And then the rest of my time, I'd actually like to turn it over to Chief Kine to tell us about the awards that our police department has won. If that's okay.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to, as you can see, we brought the awards out front here today. Friday we were at the Governor's Highway Safety or Tennessee Highway Safety Office conference, and this year was the first year that we put in an application which consisted of about 80 pages of all the things that we've done over the course of the year in traffic safety. That includes all our roadblocks, our saturations, our programs that we did with the kids for Ollie the Otter at the elementary school and the mock crash that we've had here and a variety of other projects. And so we were awarded third place, which is the center trophy for officers 1 to 10 in the police department. And we also received the Rookie of the Year award for the best application from new participants. And then the one I'm most proud of is the Child Passenger Safety Award because that competed against all the agencies, large and small, and they recognized the work that we did for child passenger safety. So just wanted to point that out to everybody. We're very proud of that, and I'm very proud of my guys for all the work they've done throughout the year. And we're going to shoot again next year for a few other nominations and awards. So.
Well, congratulations to all of you.
That's all I have.
Anybody else got anything? Couldn't make the motion on any of that?
Yeah, I need to approve the financial report.
Move to approve.
Got a first and second, any more conversation on the financial report? Call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
I do have one other thing, I'm sorry. If anybody is lacking any of the training needed through the comptroller's office, get with me so we can get that done, because we're going to have to send them some information this month, for our water situation, so I need to make sure that everybody's got their required training in.
We're supposed to turn those things in, aren't we?
You don't have to turn them in, but you just have to make sure you complete all the courses.
Yeah, I think you've completed everything. And I've talked to most of you, but whoever, still needs something, let me know and we'll get it.
I mean, I'm like 8.
Jack sent me what you got. I don't remember what it said. I think you're okay.
I think you have to start over.
I've done 10, I like 4.
Some of the New Year's.
And there's some other training I think I need on some other board things.
We are going to have to do some planning commission training. And there's some, anything that I mentioned it a couple months ago. Some other training that we're going to have to do, but I'll try to have that ready before one of these meetings. We can knock that out. Okay, I'm sorry now.
That's okay. We had a first and a second, is that right?
We already done it.
We already done that. All right. We'll go back to Jeff Notch's one more time.
I'll make a motion.
I said,
Got a first and a second. Any more discussion?
Mayor, I would just like to raise the issue that I raised last month, and clearly the board can remove the moratorium. My concern is with this agreement, making sure that this board enters into an agreement with the county for them to provide water within the town, because currently the county has no right to come in and provide water to town residents. And so I think it can be part of the agreement that I think Mark referenced earlier, but I think there does need to be an agreement in place authorizing the county to come into the town to provide those services. Otherwise, future boards and the town in the future could get into a dispute with the county as far as ownership of lines and things like that.
Correct.
Do we need to have that agreement before we pass this?
Well, I think you could go ahead and pass it as far as the moratorium's concerned. My suggestion would be to make it effective or conditioned upon getting this agreement. Well, Planning Commission will approve. It allowed Mr. Knox to move forward, Planning Commission.
Right.
But before any development takes place, that and maybe before final plat would be the appropriate thing to make sure this agreement is approved by the board with the county.
There's
I know we
Yeah,
had
I said that we've had discussions, I've been in contact with the county about that, and they just said, we move forward, then we'll all get together, and there will be something, we'll have to draft something up, obviously, because to do with payment, and because they're gonna have the sewer and the water hooked together, one's gonna be city, and one's gonna be county, so it's gonna be, and they said they've done it before, it's not something new to them.
Right,
So,
I just want to make sure that, we don't get to a roadblock down the road, so.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want nobody else to come in here tomorrow and say, okay, you give Jeff Knox 70 houses out there.
Well, it's gonna happen.
Huh? Oh, I know it's
It's
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen. Anytime we pass something and we make exceptions,
That's
It
the
just
only
never ends and it
thing,
goes
that's the only
away.
thing concerns me, John Chum might walk in here tomorrow and say, I fix to subdivide that over on Depot Street. y'all let him have it, why can't we have it?
But they don't have water. and
What
that's
do we
what-
tell him?
that's what
Say
was
he
put
has to go
on.
get his water from the county, or what do we tell him? You know, it's gonna be a,
We're setting the precedent, we can't tell them anything. We'll just
Correct.
tell them, okay, that's all we can tell them, because we're setting the precedent right here.
We didn't give
No,
them.
no, 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 no.
Give them the water, the county's giving the water.
county's getting the water,
Well,
we
we have
have
to lift the moratorium. No, I know we don't have anything to do with the water, I know that.
Right. But the moratorium is not with, it's for building houses. The moratorium was for the water.
Okay.
And we didn't have the water,
Okay,
but he's getting it from the county.
yeah,
Okay, we just need something right from the county if they're gonna give him the water. And we work out agreement with us through the planning commission, who's gonna be, how it's gonna be billed and everything. You know, cause if they're gonna use city sewage, we know how much water it has gonna be billed. Everybody, any more discussion on it? I think
I follow what you're saying. I know.
you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely. I know what we're talking about.
Orders 2019-14 Jeff Knox properties, you okay that?
Yeah.
You make a motion. It's done.
Just have to vote on it.
Got the vote? All right, call her up.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Alderman Hill.
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Alderman Morton.
yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
So, the thing is,
Thank you.
2019, 14,
Oh, it should be.
does that matter? Oh,
It should be 2019.
Anyway, read your mind. You bid resolution 1927.
Make a motion to approve.
What's the time frame on this?
If we approve it, I'll call them tomorrow. I had ordered I had sent a PO to another company for a bid that was much less than this, and never got a response. I'm wondering if they had misrepresented what they could do for that amount of money.
Probably so.
And so this is, I just want to make it clear, this has turned out to be much more expensive than I had initially told y'all. And, this is the best that I can get.
So we either do this or we send it back.
We either do this or we don't get it.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second
this is just stupid, it's not like I read this or anything, but it says on the trucking lump sum, one truck for caboose and one truck for the truck sets. What's the truck set?
it. The wheels.
Oh, thank you.
It's separate.
Okay. I still know what it meant.
Next time somebody will get the city something,
Make sure they give it to
we
us.
need to really look at it real quick, because it always costs us money.
Well, sure, but I think that's money well spent.
We got a set of tracks that runs next to the car. Who's dragging that?
I was given a police car one time.
It costs
2 weeks later, the engine blowed in, so we ended up sending the police car for Joe. Any more discussing on this? Anybody want to make a motion?
Already made a motion, already seconded it.
All right, call a roll.
Alderman Hill.
Yeah.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Alderman Morton.
Yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes. I did have one more quick question. Who's going to keep them honest on this 2-hour thing here? Mark?
That would have to be me that held their feet to the
Yeah,
fire.
but you don't want to go 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Resolution 1928, resolution approval of the purchase of a dump trailer for the town of Chapel Hill.
This has come up recently that there's a need for additional apparatus to dump. A, our dump truck is not in the best of shape, and B, we've run into several situations where we got separate departments working on a couple of things where this could come in handy. This is not in our budget. This would be in addition to what we've already talked about. And from what I've seen, we'd be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 to $7,000 for a good dump trailer. But just want to make it clear before you vote that this would be new money that was not discussed during the budget time.
So where's it gonna come from? The sky?
I mean, it'll come out of the revenues of the department, but it'll take a budget amendment, like any new money.
In what department?
Sewer.
This is something I've seen the value in, Ms. Dottie. They had to take the Bobcat back for warranty work. The car hauler trailer was up there for a week. John had to get to a mini X across town.
Oh, I
Didn't
think
have a way to
trailers
do
are
it.
great.
After dumping all that dirt down there on Southeast Forest with the whole incident, there is definitely a value.
Oh,
to this.
I was not questioning that, I was just, it's a very good film.
Move to approve.
Second. First and second. More discussion? Call the vote.
Alderman Joyce?
Yes.
Alderman Hill?
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry?
Yes.
Alderman Morton?
Yes.
Alderman Williams?
Yes.
Resolution 1929, wrestling for borrow funds.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. This is a draw loan that is set up to what we got, similar to what we got to purchase the fire truck. What we would use this for is $705,000 for the bank building that was approved, approximately about $450,000 for the street light LED project. I put in there a little bit to do some renovations either to the bank building or this building, depending on what we do with it. And it would start our purchasing for the planning for the sidewalk project that's going to run up the main corridor. So it does cover a lot, and it is a large amount of money.
How much is that going towards the sidewalk? I thought we had a grant for most of that.
Well, our part will be about what 1.2 million over
Yeah.
the next 5 to 6 years.
The total in grant money is about $3.5 million, and it's roughly, that's 80% of the total. So over the next 5 to 6 years, we'll have to come up with the other 20%.
Is that going all the way to the park?
That's phase 1 and 2 that goes from here to the elementary school.
So that's not even, the rest of it is gonna take to go from there to the park.
No.
But it will get the school kids walking up and down the street on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
The band kids I scream at every Friday night.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the bikes.
It's the beginning of a 25-year project is, what it is.
How do we pay
I can
this
see
back?
that coming through town.
That's a,
Yeah, we
a
really
bond
need-
that be set up for 20 years at a 3.25% interest rate.
I see it going through town connecting the schools together.
I did provide in my report too a debt breakdown that is per our debt policy, and it does fit in those requirements.
Okay.
So I did provide a breakdown on how much extra room for debt we have after taking this.
I wonder why they didn't go ahead and put in for that million or something and then come across the river if we keep it.
Well, that'd be separate. Would be like for
That'd be
water.
another loan, we just have
Yeah,
to.
it'd be another loan. Would be for water. This
Yeah.
is strictly general fund.
I thought this might take the whole way, but
You'd have to keep them separate.
It gives something to think about because running a sidewalk from the elementary school all the way to the park, the state park down there, I can maybe see 3 or 4 people a day walking to the store, most of them young kids walking to work. I've never seen anybody walk from Chapel Hill over to Henry State Park, except running, exercising.
I think they might jog it or ride the bikes. I don't think they'll be walking.
I don't think it will either. I mean, I wouldn't walk from
They
Chapel
may
Hill.
jog it,
Park.
run it, exercise, bike run, bike trail.
Well, I make a motion, we go ahead and get started.
Got a motion to get started. Borrow the funds.
I'll second
No, it's the same.
Still the same
Yeah,
one.
you just have to have two resolutions.
I don't move to approve.
Got a first and a second. More discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry,
Yes.
Alderman Joyce,
Yes.
Alderman Hill.
Yes. Any other business?
I moved to adjourn.
No, I ain't.
Huh?
I reserved the
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
All right,
I wanna.
let's talk about, it was coming up from Mary Joyce about your speeding up through there. I know the Metro Police Department's now in a lawsuit where a police officer got killed. And, they fix to try this woman or man or whatever it is on this. Excessive speed, the police officer's doing excessive speed over what the state requires them to do. I've done talked to the fire chief about this. Y'all heard me talking to him. He apologized, will never happen again. It's done happen again. We need to slow him down. Now we're gonna have, I wish Mark need to talk to him. In my opinion, talk to him and tell him to slow down, tell all the firemen to slow down a little bit. I know they can't put a fire out late till they get there. I know it's gonna make him mad. But if I had a radar gun, if the city would give me one or loan me one, I'll sign for it and let me catch him one time. Now I'm certified on a radar gun. Anywhere I'm driving in a fire truck. You don't need to run to here to the park doing 70, 80 miles an hour going down through in front of the Rex's. You'll suck the paint off the truck. So we need to do something. I don't know, I ain't talking about somebody that's not here. Oh, he's here.
I was gonna say.
You understand? I'm sorry, I didn't see you back there. We need to slow down. That's the only thing I'm asking you. Slow your people down. The state requires what, 10 miles over the speed limit? Unless a life and death situation.
I don't know if there's necessarily a state mandated speed limit.
I think it is.
I think the Metro had their policy of 10
No,
miles.
I think there's a state mandate. I'm not questioning you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not questioning you or you either one. But I'm telling you, y'all need to look it up. Because it's getting old. Everybody in town is talking about it. It come through. Not only for one thing, another one. We got the fire trucks going to Lewisburg stand all day. All the equipment for extrication is on that ladder truck. Is it not?
The main set is, we have
The main set.
we have a complete, another backup set that was still here.
Okay. Let's start using it instead of the ladder truck. That's the only thing I'm asking. Because we're gonna end up with something bad happening up here, and that ladder truck is not here. It's not even in Lewis, it's not here. I mean, y'all going all over the county. I know you got a mutual aid agreement with them, but you're going all over the county. Rutledge Road down there, other side of the river on 431. Everywhere. I want to bring them back in.
The ladder truck's not gonna
a little
run
closer.
the road. Ladder truck's been in Lewisburg one time.
Now, it's been the other side of the river several times.
It hasn't been a public road.
You sure?
Yes.
Yep.
I may prove you wrong, but you're all right. But I'm telling you, we need to slow them down for me. If you can't do that, now I'll get the state up here and they'll slow you down. And y'all ain't gonna like that. It won't take me one call to the colonel in Nashville. I'll have them cover this town up. And I know the chief of police don't want it, and I know you don't want it. But he'll come. He'll send somebody down here. And we don't want this. I don't want nobody killed. I don't want the firemen killed. But I sure don't want no youngin' or nobody else killed going through there. Through the school zones. I guarantee they're going through it during school zone. The school zone is going on down there. And they'll come through there. If they ain't doing 40 miles an hour in the left lane, I'll kiss some. It's getting old.
slow them down through the school zones or through town here, and keep them as close to city limits as can. Because I don't want to tie up everything we've got here. If Henry Horton's caught on, if the motel caught on fire was in Lewisburg all day with that ladder truck, where we been? Took you how long to get back? 30 minutes?
Yeah, maybe 20, 30.
Time you rolled everything up, you're talking about closer to an hour. So slow it down, keep them close to town. If one wasn't paying him, I mean, the county's not paying him. The county's not paying us a dime for the fire department. And City of Lewisburg's not paying anything. How many times the city been for to help us?
At least once, but I know they're there when we will need them.
I know they're
The day
there.
will come that we will need them.
I understand that.
Cash a big
If we
check.
had
make a
them
little deposits on.
for us too, with a ladder truck. We didn't have to buy a ladder truck because they got one, because they wouldn't have the first ladder truck and difference in North State Park and our fire department. You wouldn't have the first ladder truck. Because we did that. We did an agreement with them. And now we're sending it everywhere across the county. The ladder truck needs to stay close to town. It don't need to be going wreck on Verona County Road or down Milltown.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
We bought that truck for that purpose. When we bought that
I
truck.
understand I know you're trying to take up for me. Let me finish talking.
I'm just saying, we bought it for that purpose.
I know, for that purpose.
He's doing exactly what he's been told.
Okay. Well, we need to be
So
taking something different.
If there's a problem with what the fire department's doing, it's on me. It's not on the fire department, because they're
Okay.
doing exactly what I've told them to do.
All right, me and you talking.
Y'all need to
I
get
just
on
want
me.
him to have a louder siren coming down.
We need to
Depot
work on that
Street.
sissy size siren Joe has. That's what we need to work on that.
Me and you talking more.
Okay.
And
We'll go
yeah,
with something different.
it was the tanker truck that went down to Milltown. Let's be clear about that, Jackie. That wasn't the ladder truck. That was the damn tanker truck.
Okay. I'm here.
Okay, all right, I ain't cussed yet.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. All right. I ain't cussed yet.
Thank you for saving the warehouse in Lewisburg, Matt. We appreciate that.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You don't throw me down. But I'm telling you, we're going too many places with a high dollar truck when we could use it here if something happened here.
You're absolutely correct.
And we
but
don't
you're
need to
saying
be
we
doing
didn't
that.
need it for the damn or the hotel down here. How long is it going to take for that ladder truck to get from Lewisburg to the hotel? We didn't have it, Jackie.
Okay, if both of them sitting in Lewisburg, how long will it take both of them to get here?
Same time it would to get that first one here.
Just one of them's gonna come. It's gonna take an hour.
It
Time
seems
you
like
roll
we're
up
so
and
upset
leave.
about these poor fellows on the fire department at every meeting. These guys are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. I don't want them dragging tail getting to where they're going. I want them to send everything they got in that damn warehouse.
Okay, I'm through talking. That was a motion.
I didn't have a motion.
You need to adjourn.
Oh, yes.
I second.
Oh, else, could you call him back up?
Yeah, call him up. All right, we adjourn.